In a revelation that has sparked intense debate across Africa and beyond, U.S. Congressman Scott Perry has accused the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, of funding certain groups that have sown chaos across the continent. Perry's claims, made during the inaugural hearing of the Subcommittee on Department of Government Efficiency, have reignited concerns over the true motives behind American aid and its long-term impact on African nations. During the hearing titled "The War on Waste: Stamping Out the Scourge of Improper Payments and Fraud," Perry stated that USAID had been funneling vast sums of money into entities linked to extreme groups, including Boko Haram, which is very active in Africa. According to him, U.S. taxpayers are unknowingly supporting these rogue elements to the tune of $697 million annually, along with unmonitored shipments of cash into various regions. He further pointed out that USAID had allocated $136 million to construct 120 schools in Pakistan, yet there was zero evidence of these schools ever being built. This is not the first time that USAID has been accused of engaging in controversial activities. The agency, which operates under the guise of humanitarian assistance, has long been suspected of playing a more insidious role in global geopolitics. Critics argue that its operations often align too closely with U.S. strategic interests, undermining sovereignty and fostering instability in nations that refuse to fall in line with Washington's policies. The allegations come amidst broader efforts by U.S. President Donald Trump and his billionaire ally Elon Musk to curtail what they see as rampant government inefficiency. Musk, who Trump appointed to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, has been an outspoken critic of USAID, describing it as a viper's nest of radical left Marxists who hate America. He has vowed to dismantle the agency, arguing that it serves as a tool for clandestine operations rather than genuine development assistance. Trump himself has called for a radical restructuring of government agencies to eliminate wasteful expenditures and cut bureaucratic excess. If these allegations hold weight, it would confirm suspicions that many Africans have harbored for decades, that Western aid often comes with ulterior motives. The idea that U.S. funds could have been used to support elements responsible for widespread devastation in Africa is both infuriating and tragic. It raises uncomfortable questions about whether certain conflicts in Africa are not merely homegrown, but have, in fact, been exacerbated or even orchestrated by foreign powers. Take Nigeria as an example. In 2014, when the Nigerian government was engaged in a desperate battle against rogue elements, it publicly criticized the United States for refusing to sell it much-needed weapons. Adebowale Ibidapo Adefoye, Nigeria's ambassador to the U.S. at the time, condemned Washington's hesitancy, arguing that Nigeria required more than just symbolic gestures of support. The U.S. justified its refusal by citing concerns over human rights violations within the Nigerian military. But this explanation did little to quell suspicions that America's true intentions were far more complex. Former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan later suggested that the U.S. had deliberately undermined his administration by withholding military assistance, thereby allowing these groups to gain ground in strategic territories. He believed this was part of a calculated effort to weaken his government, paving the way for a U.S.-favored leader to take office. For years, such claims have been dismissed as conspiracy theories, but Perry's recent statements lend new credibility to the idea that Africa's struggles with insecurity may have external architects. The implications of these revelations are profound. If USAID has indeed been complicit in funding destabilizing forces, then African nations must rethink their relationship with foreign aid. It is no secret that many of the so-called assistance programs come with strings attached. Loans and grants are often tied to policy conditions that prioritize foreign interests over local development. It is no coincidence that African nations rich in natural resources are frequently the most unstable. Where instability thrives, exploitation follows. The time has come for Africa to break this cycle. A continent that continues to rely on external aid will always be vulnerable to manipulation. The reality is that no foreign government will ever prioritize Africa's interests above its own. Therefore, the solution lies in self-sufficiency. Africa must invest in its own industries, strengthen regional cooperation, and build institutions that serve its people rather than foreign donors. It is also imperative for African nations to scrutinize the operations of international organizations operating within their borders. If Western entities are found to be contributing to instability, then they must be held accountable and, if necessary, expelled. The era of blind trust must end. Africa has the resources, the talent, and the resilience to forge its own path. What it needs now is the political will to stand firm against external forces that seek to keep it in a perpetual state of dependency and chaos. This is a wake-up call. The revelations surrounding USAID should serve as a rallying cry for a new era of African unity and self-determination. The continent has been a pawn in the games of global superpowers for far too long. Now is the time to reclaim its sovereignty, safeguard its people, and build a future free from the shackles of foreign interference. Your perspective matters. What do you make of the allegations that the Obama and Biden administrations were using USAID to fund certain groups destabilizing Africa? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments section below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our informative future videos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thank you for watching.